this game. So the game's underway, it goes deep. Well kept in by Dave Loudon, who drops on the ball. He's tackled just inside the 22. Tackling done by Andy Fusil. Ainsworth, but Swinton offside. Just outside the town 22. So it'll be Smith to kick the touch. Well, another 10 yards. A little bit of advice given by the Swinton player, which wasn't taken by Mr. Carter, so he took them another 10 yards. So Smith can kick the touch again after gaining that 10 yards. Well, it hasn't made touch. Taken there by Scott Ranson, who brings it in field, tackled by Smith and Riley. Peacham from Acknarf back, former Carlisle player, onto John Allen. Tackled short of halfway. Peacham again, onto Wilkinson. Good tackle again by Peter Riley on number 8, Steve Herbert. Former Barrow player, Wilkinson, onto Frodsham. Wide pass there to Captain Morrison, but he's tackled there by Kerr and Gary Ainsworth. Wilkinson onto Frodsham, out wide, full back in the line. Onto Snape, Snape still on his feet, he's got support, but tackled by Kerr. It's the last tackle. John Allen Acknarf back, again onto Wilkinson. Wilkinson dumbing the kick, but it's a knock on, but Town come with possession with Stephen Weir. Good tackling done over on the far side by the Swinton defence. Ashton onto Armstrong, trying to straighten up. Went past one. Swinton short on support on the right side. Ashton wide onto Ainsworth. Ainsworth onto Kerr. Looked a bit of a high tackle there, but not given. Up to the 22. Back to Roskell, who finds Smith. Smith tries to kick into this strong wind. Ranson's under it and takes it. Runs wide, then jinks back the other way, but tackling done by Kerr. Matt Mullen. Peacham from Acknarf back onto Wilkinson. Wilkinson onto Tapia. Again, good tackling by Town defence. Peacham onto Wilkinson. Wilkinson to Frodsham. Dummy run by Allen. Again onto Snape. But a knock on there by Ian Pickavance. So Swinton having a lot of ball in his early exchanges. So it'll be Ray Ashton, player coach for Town, to feed this scrum. Stephen Weir standing really wide. Onto Weir. Weir tries to go himself, but tackled by Frodsham. Looked a punch going in there by John Allen, which referee Mr. Carter was quick to pounce on. Just wants a word with him. They want to extinguish this right away. So Smith to kick the touch. And he finds touch, so that'll give Smith a bit of confidence after missing his first touch finder. Roskell first there. Onto Gary Ainsworth. Ainsworth takes it in, but he's tackled there. Goes himself. Ainsworth makes another 10 yards before he's brought down by Herbert and Peacham. But the ball was lost there though. Snape pushes one away. Wilkinson finds Frodsham. Covers coming across and he's lost the ball. So it's Town in possession. Mistake by Frodsham. Onto Ashton. Town on the offensive here. Inside to Neil Rooney. Almost through. The linesman's on though. Linesman's on. He's spotting an infringement there. Well, there's no love lost between these two sides. Mr. Carter's got to get a firm grip of this game right from the start. Well, it's 10 minutes in the sin bin for Colin Armstrong. think he threw a punch there now, and what will Mr. Carter give it? Well, it's a penalty to Workington. So Town have got a chance to take an early lead. Bring Dean Williams in there just while we've got the little break. There was no love lost there.
No, it was a bit of a silly thing for Colin to do. He should have kept right out of it, because we've got the penalty, but we've lost a man in the process.
If he can knock this over though, they'll have to tackle hard, down to 12 men though.
Yeah, they will just have to get it outside our quarter and keep them out of there.
So back to Stephen Weir, who's brought this ball to the 22-yard line, about 10-12 yards in from touch. They're not 10 yards, the people that are standing there, but Mr. Carter's letting them stay where they are. So it's Stephen Weir. No, it's just gone wide. Well, can they keep him? No, he's jiggled his way out there. He's still on his feet. Well, that was a good run there by Barry Peters. Swinton in possession. Can they make this extra man count? Back to Frodsham, on to Wilkinson. Wilkinson trying to run wide, but he's tackled there by Big Joe Sullivan. Swinton want to go right again. Inside there. Swinton still in possession. Wilkinson tries to kick, and with this wind, will he find touch? Yes, he finds touch deep in the Town territory. About 15 yards from the Town try line. Remember, Town down to 12 men. Colin Armstrong sin bin for what looked like a punch. So Ashton to feed. Good push coming in by Town, but they've lost the ball. Wilkinson first to drop on it. Pickervance going himself from half back, still on his feet. Well, he's lost the ball. Smith can come away with it this time. Dummies once, passes to Kerr. On to Loudon. But Smith out wide to Ashton. Ashton on to Weir. Weir cuts back inside. Past Pewsill, still on his feet. Stephen Weir. Good break, finds Kerr, pushes one off, finds McMullen well up in support, looked a high tackle again by Peacham, both former Carlisle players. Good play by Town, Roskell from acting half-back, on to Ashton, Ashton to Weir, Weir on to Ainsworth, Ainsworth almost through and finds Kerr. Looked a punch going in there. But again, Mr. Kerr has opened his mouth and conceded a penalty. So that's a little bit of indiscipline by the Town player there. So it's going to be Chris Wilkinson, about 30 yards out, just slightly left of the posts. Trying to open the score. But he's pulled it wide, so that is a let-off for Town in the early stages. So can Town come back from this? And we're playing against this stiffish breeze in his first half. Smith kicks deep. About 10 yards into the Lions half. Good tackle, but he's pushed him away. Daintieth, tackled by Kerr, just short of halfway. Peacham onto Pusil. Pusil still in possession and finds Morrison. Morrison's got a man in support. And there's a try coming in there by number 9, Gary Peacham. After about 10 minutes. So that's not the start Town wanted. Remember, they're down to 12 men. So it's going to be Wilkinson to try to convert this try. And it's successful. So that's 6 points to 0. So it's going to be Ashton to restart. So Ashton to restart. Into space, but taken by Morrison. Knocked back. And eventually coming up with it. Steve Herbert. Peacham, the try scorer. Onto Morrison. Gaps coming there. It's a good job he was brought down there. Wilkinson. Onto Tapir. Tapir trying to offload there. Peacham again onto Wilkinson. Wilkinson onto Frodsham. Inside there. Wilkinson again doing the kicking. It's hoisted into space. Smith lets it bounce and it finds touch. Town under a bit of pressure at this present moment in time. About 10 yards from their own try line. Ashton to feed and comes up with it. Feeds Ian McLean coming in from the right wing. But McLean tackled by the fullback. In Dainties. Smith onto Ainsworth. He'll be wanting a good game, playing against his old side. Ashton inside to Sullivan, but he's bottled up there by Morrison. Good tackling by Swinton. Back to Smith. Smith comes off the side of the foot though. So it's a scrum down. And well, the scrum down again, says Mr. Carter. And one against the head. So Ray Ashton comes up with it, beats Stephen Weir. Onto Neil Rooney. Rooney tries to run through the gap. Good tackle there by Snape. Kerr looked offside. Peters there. Oh, there was a punch flying in there. Well, that's laid him out. Well, really, if the referees can't see these sort of things, it's a sad lookout. I think they're aware of Kerr being something of a danger man. Peacham again onto Wilkinson, onto Allen, run around, taken by Allen, but tackled there by Armstrong. Wilkinson onto Snape, onto Morrison. Morrison, trouble knocking him down. Well, Armstrong did well to pounce on it there, but it was just knocked on. So Town still under pressure. The Wilkinson to feed this scrum just outside the Town 22 and coming up with it. Feeds Frodsham. Frodsham onto Peters, bursting up in the line, trying to offload, but he's tackled just outside the Town 22. Snape onto Wilkinson, onto Tapir, just slipped as he's going in there. Onto Pierce Hill, well tackled, taken within 15 metres of the Town try line. Peacham onto Wilkinson, Wilkinson to Frodsham, long pass there, but it finds Morrison running wide. A tackle by Colin Armstrong, just on the collar. Frodsham tries to kick over the top, well taken by Gary Smith, who jinks in field, but he's tackled by Steve Snape. Armstrong in midfield, tried to straighten up, he's brought down there. Roskell onto Neil Rooney. But Rooney brought down there by Pusey. Roskell onto Ainsworth. Ainsworth tries to kick. Well, a knock on there. Again, they're having some problems with these shots. Now Gary Ainsworth has had to change. So it's going to be Ashton to feed. This is going just outside the Town 22. About 17 minutes of the first half gone. And comes up with it. Ashton onto Smith on the line from fullback. Tackled by Frodsham though and Tapir. Ashton switched onto Peter Riley with no support here, but he's brought down there. Town just going in ones at present. Onto Sullivan. Roskell from acting half-back onto Ashton, dummy done by Weir, feeds Armstrong. Well, just a knock on there. Frodsham almost intercepted there. And that was an anxious moment. So Town struggling to get out of their own half. Linesman wants them back 10 yards. Ashton feeds and comes up with it. He's got support if he wants to use it. Finds Weir, who finds Kerr. Ashton onto Loudon, cuts back inside though. Tackling done by Ranson, close to halfway. Onto McMullen, who cuts back inside, beats the first one, trying to push them off. Roskell from acting half-back onto Ashton. Joe Sullivan coming back inside, but he knocks into one and still on his feet, Sullivan. Good play by Joe Sullivan. Now then, Roskell onto Ashton, onto Armstrong, run around with Ashton, wide onto Ainsworth, and onto Neil Rooney, looked slightly forward, or at least let's say adjacent. Onto Ashton, switch there to Riley, Town got support, Ian McLean, support inside, onto Peter Riley, onto Neil Rooney, but he's just knocked it on, with the line at his mercy. But better play by Town. But again, they're letting these big forwards run at them. Coming into it, more and more Town, back to Wilkinson who kicks. Kicks coming in. But he finds touch. Meanwhile, John Allen seems to have a leg injury. He's going to be replaced by Tim Street.
Substituted on the Swinton side, number 15, Timmy Street, replacing number 13, John Allen.
So Tim Street, his former league player, going right into the second row. After about 20 minutes, Ashton feeds and comes up with it. Onto Smith, coming up in the line. Smith tries to jink inside, but he's tackled about 10 yards outside the Town 22. Kerr jinked inside, but he's brought down by Morrison. Roskell onto Ashton, a quick play there, onto Weir. Weir jumps back inside. Ashton going himself from half back, made 10 yards before he's brought down by Tupier. Roskell onto Armstrong, looks for support, finds it in Roskell, who tried to jink through the gap and find Peter Riley up in support. Good play by Town. It's the last tackle onto Weir, back to Armstrong, who kicks and finds touch on this narrow side. A lot of support coming in from the Town fans, trying to urge them on. It's going to be Chris Wilkinson to feed this scrum. Finds Frodsham. Frodsham onto Dainty, but is tackled by Stephen Weir. Onto Frodsham. And Frodsham tackled by McMullen and Ashton. Going back, Tim Street. Substitute on for Joe Allen. Peacham onto Morrison. Morrison trying to offload and does, finds Peacham. We've got plenty of support there. Well, it's a good job Wilkinson didn't want to pass that wide. Otherwise Town could have been caught short. Frodsham out wide. Onto Snape. Snape finds fullback Dainty, who finds Ransom, but Ransom well tackled by Curtin Loudon. It's the last tackle. Onto Dainty, who hoists the ball. The wind's taking it. It's a good kick. Well, all the Town players missed it, and eventually goes to Ian McLean. McLean still on his feet, but he's eventually tackled by Tim Street. Smith trying to go himself from acting half back. And he's tackled there. Roskell onto Armstrong. Not running with any momentum there though. Roskell onto Ashton. Onto McMullen. McMullen pushes one off, still looking for support. Finds Stephen Weir. Weir jinks past one, takes it to halfway. Ashton wide onto Neil Rooney. Neil Rooney's got a chance, tries to kick. He's following his kick up, but well covered there by Dainty. Better play by Town. Wilkinson trying to fetch it away, just taking the pressure off his forwards there, the scrum half. Swinton onto these big forwards, that's Herbert again, bringing it to the 22-yard line of Swinton. Coming to the right again, onto Street. Street all tried to run through there, but is eventually tackled by Armstrong and Kerr. It's the last tackle. Back to Wilkinson, he'll do the kicking again, it goes deep. Taken by Smith, but just doesn't quite catch it, and it runs back onto Smith, brings it up, dummies McLean. Brings to the 10-yard line. Town have got a substitute warming up. Still in possession though, Neil Rooney, but tackled there by Snape. Roskell onto Ashton, onto Armstrong, but just couldn't quite find Peter Riley. .25 minutes gone. 6 points to nil, and Town are going to make the substitution now. Peter Riley's going to be the man coming off.
Substitution on the Workington side, number 15, Ian Scott, replacing number 10, Peter Riley.
On. I don't know whether he's taken a knock. So Scott's gone right into the second row. Frodsham coming on a breaker here. Grant Scott doing the tackling, that's why he's been put on there. Wilkinson onto Street. Street offloads onto Tapir, onto Herbert. Herbert's brought down there. Wilkinson again in the ascendancy. Onto Daintis, but Daintis brought down, just shot the town 22. Onto Morrison. Wilkinson again onto Frodsham. Frodsham tries a little kick over. Ransom's going to be first there, but Smith takes it. But he's forced back. So it'll be a dropout. Dean under a bit of pressure at present.
Yeah, I think we're putting ourselves under a lot of it because we're not spinning the ball wide. We're not running hard into the tackles. We've got to kick the ball more, get it out of our territory.
So that's exactly what Loudon does. Fetches it to the 10-yard line. It's going to be Ian Daintis. Jinks is still in possession, but is brought down by Sullivan and Roskell, just outside the town 22. Peacham onto Wilkinson, onto Morrison, tackled by Scott though. Pusey, again tackled by Scott and finished off over the top by Neil Rooney. Wilkinson, he's been at the hub of things, onto Frodsham, wide onto Peters, but Peters is well tackled by Kerr. Better play by Town. Ranson onto Street. Street pushing them off and offloads to Pierre onto Wilkinson. Wilkinson's, well, he still isn't brought down. Finds Snape. Snape still in possession, still offloads. Well, I think it'll be back to one. It come off the hand of Ashton. Peacham from Acknarf back onto Wilkinson. Onto this big second row, Morrison. Pusey trying to charge his way over, but knocked down about 5 yards from the Town try line. Can Town keep them out? Oh, they lose the ball. Colin Armstrong, first man there, take it up. Ashton onto McMullen. McMullen can have a chance to run there, goes through the gap, still on his feet. Eventually tackled by Chris Wilkinson. Roskell onto Scott. Good run by Scott. Roskell onto Ashton. Ainsworth. Weir up in the line. Back to Ainsworth. Oh, and Ainsworth just crashed straight into the hands of Steve Herbert. And Barry Peters goes in for a try. On 24 minutes.
A try scorer there for the Lions, number 3, Barry Peters.
So really Town bringing on their own downfall there with a needless pass. And what will be a formality. I think it's the best pass Mr. Herbert's had all year. Converted by Chris Wilkinson, so now it's an uphill task for Town after 24 minutes to find themselves 12 points to 0 down. So Town have got to get themselves back into this game. Going to be Ashton to restart. Rather hoisted. And Sullivan picks it up. Thought it was a knock on with Town in possession. Can they get a score early on? It'll be a penalty. Trying to rip the ball out. So it'll be Stephen Weir to try to knock over this penalty. Ball falls over. So Weir, that's better, and that gets Town's scoreboard moving. So an instant reply on 26 minutes. Will that give Town a bit of momentum? So it's the rain started. It really is a downpour. So Wilkinson kicks deep. Really skidded off and well taken by Gaddy Smith there. Smith runs down the middle. Good tackle by the 2 second rows, Morrison and Tapir. Roscoe from Acton half-back. Dummies Sullivan and feeds Ainsworth. Ainsworth through the gap, but again there's no support. Eventually it's found by Ashton. Ray Ashton. Well, he's been held down in the tackle there, surely. Well, that was silly play by Ashton. He'd got the penalty. He was in possession. Dean again, silly play there.
Yeah, we're costing ourselves penalties in territory through stupid play like that. It's crazy.
So it's going to be Wilkinson to kick the touch. Bit of English discipline again by Town. It's on their own 10-yard line. It's going to be Pusel to take this ball in, met by Colin Armstrong and McMullen. Herbert, when he's lost the ball, finds Ainsworth, but Ainsworth tackled by Tapir. Roscoe from Acton half-back. On to McMullen, who runs into Tim Street. Still going forward though, but he's eventually knocked down. Again, Roscoe from Acton half-back. On to Ashton. Ashton on to Colin Armstrong. Good run by Colin Armstrong, that's better. Roscoe looking for support, finds Ashton, long ball again. Ainsworth jinked back inside. Might have been better to feed Kerr on his right. Weir. On to Scott, Scott still in possession. On to Smith, Smith tries to kick, keeps it low into the wind. Will he find touch? Taken by Daintiff. Daintiff cuts inside. Tackled by McLean though. On to Snape, he feeds Pickavance, coming in from his wing. Wilkinson onto this big prop Herbert, but knocked down by McMullen. 12 yards inside Swinton half. Frodsham from Acton half-back. Finds Snape, the caught short over there. Snape offloads, finds Tapir. And he finds Pickavance, but he's tackled by McLean. Frodsham again onto Wilkinson. Again, he kicks. It's a high one, it's got snow on it, that one, but well taken by Smith. There comes on a break to his left. Smith still in going. Smith goes for the gap. Good play by Gary Smith. Eventually tackled by Barry Peters. Loudon looking for support. Finds Weir, who tries to go on the outside. Roscoe. Ashton onto Armstrong. He's got Scott on his outside, but didn't use him. About 10 minutes to go, plus any injury time in this first half. Ashton finds Scott. Ashton again, first there, finds the workhorse McMullen, who loses the ball though. And Morrison pounces on it. Again, Town bringing their own downfall here. Snape going himself, Acton half-back on the narrow side, but brought down. And Pusel, but well tackled there by McMullen. Wilkinson onto Tapir. Tackle just inside the Town half. Wilkinson again onto Tim Street. Former Leigh player, almost lost it there in the tackle, but managed to keep hold of it. It's the last tackle. Wilkinson's at the hub of things again, ready to kick. There it goes to him. Little kick over the top. Well, offside there. So Smith kicked a touch and finds touch on the far side. Remember, Swinton leading by 12 points to 2. On to Sullivan. Sullivan tries to push one away. He's brought down about 5 yards short of halfway. Oskull feeds McMullen. McMullen tries to jink inside, but there's not a lot of momentum there by the town forwards. Roskell onto Ashton. Switches onto Armstrong. Onto Scott, who's running through the gap. But, well, referee Mr. Carter said it was in the forward pass. So it's a scrum down just inside the town half. What's Mr. Carter giving now? Well, another penalty for talking. Again, town bringing their own downfall. So takes play the town 22 onto Pewsill. Tried to offload but just couldn't. Showtown will want to keep them out before half time. Wilkinson onto Street, tries to straighten it up but brought down by McMullen. Wilkinson onto Herbert, switches onto Tapir and the switch again onto Daintis. Having trouble to put him down, eventually put down. Goes wide onto Pewsill, but Pewsill's brought down eventually. Goes to Wilkinson, run around with Frodsham and then feeds Morrison. It's the last tackle. Onto Wilkinson, to Frodsham. Frodsham, they got men over, but it's just knocked on and taken by Gary Ainsworth. About 6 minutes to go plus any injury time in his first half. Well, that was a high tackle. Not given, and Loudon goes himself. On the play of the ball. Roskell onto Ashton, onto Armstrong. Finds Weir, who feeds Kerr. Can Kerr release it? Not quite. Rooney onto McMullen. McMullen to Armstrong. Armstrong finds McLean, but he's just lost the ball. Swinton pick it up. Onto Tapir. Never short of doing any work, the second rower. Wilkinson onto Frodsham. Miss out Street. Find Daintis onto Peters. Peters well wrapped up by Kerr though, just inside the town half. Again onto Street, coming down the narrow side. Knocks Loudon away. Wilkinson onto Frodsham. Frodsham wide to Snape. Snape well tackled by Joe Sullivan. Frodsham going himself from half back. Forward pass to found Peacham, but referee Carter lets it go. And there goes the half-time hooter. Swinton are leading by 12 points to 2. So it's going to be Kerr to restart. Kicks deep. Taken by Daintis. Daintis brings it left. Good strong run. Tackled by McMullen. Onto Street. Street knocked down there. Peacham. Dummy run by Morrison. And feed Herbert. Peacham onto Wilkinson. Wilkinson onto Tapir, who comes inside. Peacham onto Pewsill. Pewsill wrapped up there though. It's the last tackle. Peacham onto Wilkinson. Well, eventually goes back to Street. But it's hand over. Ainsworth. Long pass onto Scott. Scott tries to run around the tacklers. Just tackled in midfield. Kerr finds McMullen. Mullen tries to straighten up. An offload. But they weren't watching there. Slack play again by Town. Hughes Hill. Good strong run and offloads to Snape. Wilkinson onto Frodsham. Frodsham onto Tupier. Onto Peters. Wide to Ranson. But good tackle coming in by Dave Loudon. Out wide again, using the full width of this pitch. Frodsham tries a little kick through, but Scott's first there, well anticipated by Ian Scott. Roskell on to Sullivan. Colin Armstrong pushes one off, tries to look for support, finds it in Roskell. Wild pass though, eventually finds Gary Ainsworth though. Takes it into the Swinton half. Smith tries a little kick through and chase. Well, good play by Smith, taking the initiative. Just rather fly hacked off a Swinton boot, so it'll be a scrum down with Town to feed. If they can get an early score in this second half, I'm sure it'll change the complexion of the game. Ashton feeds and comes up with it. Misses out Weir, onto Kerr, onto Rooney, switch and finds Weir, coming back inside, onto Smith inside. Better rugby by Town. First time the backs have had a go. Weir from acting half back onto Kerr. Tries to kick on the second tackle, but it's carried over by Wilkinson. So it'll be a drop out from underneath the blue dot. Town need to keep this pressure on and put points on the board. Goes as far as Smith, taken by Smith, who goes on a run to the left. He's got support, will he use it? Finds Loudon out on the wing. Good cover going across there by Swinton. Onto Roskell. Kerr coming inside, looking for work, still in support. Kerr's got a chance, can he go over? About a yard short, want to play it quickly. Out wide to Roskell, Weir. Better play by Town. Roskell onto Sullivan, offloads to Ainsworth. Ainsworth would have been better to put it out wide and try to go down the middle. Roskell inside to Armstrong, who offloads, finds Scott. Should be back to one, came off the Swinton hand, but referee Mr. Carter said not. Roskell onto Ainsworth. Is he in? Yes, there's a try, Gary Ainsworth. Town are back into it. After about 5 minutes of his second half, the man who used to play for Swinton, Gary Ainsworth, gets his name on the score sheet, and that certainly brought the crowd to life. Well, I thought these fans had gone home, but obviously not. They're back to singing. It was on the last tackle. Now then, if we can knock this goal over, it'll be a totally different game. It's 12 points to 6 at present. We're just taking his time. It's come about 20 yards out, about 15 yards to the left of the left upright. Here he goes, left-footed kicker. And it's a good goal. So they're right back in it now. Stephen Weir, goalter. So now then, can they keep it up? With 12 points to 8. Wilkinson to restart. Trying to loft it just over the top. Armstrong's there and takes it well. But he's tackled just on his own 22-yard line. McMullen from Acton half-back goes himself. The man they call Damage. Roscoe from Acton half-back onto Armstrong, onto Sullivan. But he was bottled up there by Morrison. Coming in there, he spotted the danger. Roscoe onto Ashton, out wide to Scott. Scott tried to jink back inside but slipped and was tackled by Snape. Will the kick come in this time? Goes back to Smith. Smith tries to kick, goes deep, only goes as far as Pickavance. Pickavance comes on a run. The defenders are there and he's lost the ball, but Wilkinson picks it up, runs into McLean and he's tackled about 8 yards inside the Swinton half. Pickavance going again, but he's tackled on halfway. Onto Pusey, but again he's brought down by McMullen. Street, good strong runner. Well, dummy by Peacham, who comes the other way onto Frodsham. Frodsham, a wild pass onto Daintis, but bottled up by Colin Armstrong. It's the last tackle. Will the kick come in? The pressure's on Wilkinson. Wilkinson tries to kick. It's almost vertical, it's coming back to them. Well, Wilkinson picks it up and they stood and let him. But Town on a break, Kerr onto Smith, onto Loudon, did well to pick that up. Loudon's in the free. Can he keep it going? Dave Loudon jinks inside, then out. Loudon finds Smith. Go on, Smith. Smith's in. Yo, what a great try. That's got the rank as the try of the season. Oh, what a great try. And Workington are back in it now. Oh, Gary Smith, that's one to savour. Oh, he'll be delighted with that, Will Smith. So, after 50 minutes, Town are level. Dean Williams, are we watching a different game in this second half?
Yeah, well, as I said, if we cut down our mistakes and just to hold them up, we'll come through in the end, and that's what's happened. We've soaked the pressure up in the first half, and we've come through now.
That was some try by Gary Smith up in support there.
Oh, it was beautiful support by Gary, and it was a good run down the sideline by Dave. He drew the man, and he came back when he got tackled. There was Gary Smith to support.
And it's a totally different game now.
Yeah, well, I think they know that they've got a game on their hands. I think they've just come out a bit lackadaisical, and they're paying the price for it.
And now Town are playing with this wind as well.
Yeah, and they're playing with a lot of commitment as well. So this will help us.
So if we go back over to the far side, where Stephen Weir's trying to take Town into the lead for the first time. So Weir from the far side. Is it there? It is! And Stephen Weir takes Town into the lead for the first time. Oh, an excellent kick by Weir from the far side to take the score to 14 points to 12. So Town wanting to make a substitution. Paul Penrice is wanting to get on before this kick comes. It'll be Joe Sullivan, being replaced by Paul Penrice. Joe Sullivan done a lot of work. So it's Wilkinson to restart again. Goes into space. Armstrong first there. They're fired up now with the lads. Roscoe onto Penrice. First taste of the action in this Premiership first round. Remember, Town lead by 14 points to 12. About 11 minutes into this second half. Ashton taking over the kicking duties. It looks a good kick. It's gone deep, only as far as Daintis, who picks it up inside his own 22. And he's knocked down. This is better play by Town. They've got to adopt a good kicking game now with this wind in their favour. Pickavance tries to go himself, but he's knocked down. fierce tackling now by Town. Tupier. Peacham going himself from Acton half back, beats one, but he's knocked down. Still inside the Swinton half, just short of halfway. On to Frodsham, trying to take the initiative, but Snape still in possession, but he's running into trouble. It's the last tackle. Got to keep the discipline as well. Wilkinson, good charge down. But a knock on. They look keener now to Town. So Swinton to feed and come up with it. Find Frodsham. Frodsham jinks past Weir and offloads to Ranson. Take play inside the Town half. Onto Street. Oh, and he's knocked down by Colin Armstrong. He'll be claiming the big hit of the day on the Tim Street there. Wilkinson onto Pushill. Pushill tackled by Scott. The tackles are flying in by these forwards now. This is a lot better. Peacham onto Wilkinson, miss out Street and find Frodsham. Out wide to Morrison. Morrison's got no support and he's tackled there again by Mark Roskell. Onto Wilkinson. Wilkinson finds Ranson, who cuts back in field, but again it's good tackling and it's the last tackle. Onto Wilkinson, and again he's been knocked back. Tim Street. It's the last tackle. Can McLean or Gary Smith drop on it? They can. Good play by Smith, who did well. McLean onto Neil Rooney. Still on his feet, Rooney. Knocked down by Tupier. Roskell onto Ashton. Onto Scott, who straightened up well, Ian Scott. Ashton onto Armstrong inside, looks for support, finds it in McMullen. McMullen offloads to Ashton. Onto Smith. Smith coming more into the game. Tried to chink past Morrison, but Morrison too old ahead for that. Roskell doing the kicking. It's going deep into Swinton territory, picked up by Dainty, who comes on a run, tries to go inside Ian McLean, but well tackled up by the kicker Roskell. Kicker Vance looking for Snape, but he's knocked down just short of halfway. Peacham from Acton half back onto Wilkinson, misses out and finds Tupier. Not running with much commitment in his second half, these forwards. Wilkinson switches, finds Frodsham. Frodsham still in possession, but tackled by Roskell. McMullen's the man down hurt. Pushill tackled by Scott, but he offloads. He finds Picker Vance. Picker Vance has got support. Finds Herbert and Picker Vance, but he's lost the ball. Yes, referee Mr. Carter said there was a knock on. But a good break there by Swinton. McMullen fit to resume. Must have been a bad knock if he'd kept him down on his backside. It's going to be Ashton to feed. And comes up with it. Gary Ainsworth trying to drive it away. Roskell onto McMullen, but he's taking it stationary, and good play by the Swinton forwards, pushing back. Roskell back to Smith. Smith takes it up and then kicks. Goes deep, back to Dainty, who takes it well. 10 yards outside zone, 25. But good tackle coming in by Kerr. It's knocking these big forwards from Swinton back all the time. Again, good tackling by the Town players, and he's lost the ball. Neil Rooney coming up with it. Well, I can't believe that, but referee Mr. Carter, aided by the linesman, said that that was a penalty for ripping the ball out. Wilkinson kicks to touch, finds touch about 10 yards inside the Town half. On to Pushill, but Pushill's tackled there. Dictating the game more now, Swinton, after those 12 points shock Town hit them with early on. Switch to Frodsham, Frodsham still in possession. This is a danger man, but good tackle by Kerr. That was good covering by the centre. Frodsham, back to Morrison. Morrison onto Tutspear, they don't want it, they're being knocked back. Snape, and they must have lost about 20 yards there. Wilkinson onto him now, feeds straight, tries to straighten up, but he's knocked back. It's the last tackle. Wilkinson tries a dummy and then tries a kick. It's held up in the wind, and Smith did well to take it there, but well tackled by Wilkinson, who made the kick. Ashton, first there, feeds Loudon. Loudon taking the pressure off his forwards. Roskell onto McMullen. But he's tackled by both the second rows. Dummy run and feed it Armstrong inside to Roskell, onto Ashton, onto Ainsworth. Did well to straighten it up, but tackled by Frodsham, still in the Town 22. Ashton goes himself, feeds a short ball to Kerr. Is there any support? Well, did well to keep hold of it there. It's the last tackle. Back to Smith, who kicks right down the middle. Taken by Danger, who comes on a run to the left. Dummies and tackle and lifted up there by Neil Rooney. This is better. On to Snape, looks for support. Nobody there, and they're getting pushed back again all the time. On to Street. Street again knocked down by Penrice and Rooney. On to Tupier, looking full of running, but not anywhere near as penetrative. And it's been knocked on. So there's about 20 minutes of this second half gone. It seems to have flew in. Remember, Town lead by 14 points to 12. Ashton to feed. They go down. Ashton comes up with it. Onto Weir, switch to Kerr. Oh, just couldn't feed Smith coming up in the line. Ian Scott. Scott, good run by Scott, made another 10 yards. Roskell onto Ashton, takes it up, finds Kerr. Kerr tries to run sideways, feeds Loudon, coming back inside, dummied but tackled by Street just outside the Swinton 22. Ashton onto Penrice. Penrice makes more ground just outside the Swinton 22. Roskell first there, feeds Ashton, switch to Stephen Weir, onto Ainsworth, looks for support, finds Kerr trying to burst through. It's the last tackle. What will they try this time? Back to Armstrong, Colin Armstrong. Kicks and finds touch. They're rather at 6s and 7s, but then eventually gained another 10 yards. Took clear to within 10 yards of the Swinton try line. So it's going to be Wilkinson to feed, 10 yards from his own try line. Looked to have possession, comes up with it, feeds Frodsham. Frodsham pushes one off, but then tackled by Kerr, about 10 yards from his own try line, right in front of the post. It's Peters, again tackled by Kerr. Feacham feeds Street, Street trying to burst through, but tackled by Paul Penrice. Dummy run there, and then finds Tupier. Tupier tackled by Scott. That's 4 tackles though in this drive. Peacham onto Morrison. Morrison straightens up. That's 5 tackles though. Back to Wilkinson. Finds Weir. Weir, has he got a chance? Right into his arms. Again, not a penetrating kick there. I think Weir's taking a knock in the tackle. Goes to Ashton. Ashton looking for support. Feeds McMullen on a short ball. Roskell onto Armstrong. Armstrong trying to barge his way through. Roskell goes himself, a little kick over the top. Mark Roskell, but taken by Daintrith. Good tackled by Scott. It's good pressure by Town. Kick advance running across the field and knocked back by Penrice. He's thumped him to the ground and he's lost the ball. Good play by Paul Penrice. Onto Roskell. Onto Weir. Onto Kerr. Kerr trying to barge his way through. Onto Ironsworth on the short side. Taking it within 3 yards of the Swinton try line. Onto McMullen. McMullen brings it to the posts. Is there a set ply on here? Roskell onto Ashton. Tries a drop and it's successful. That man had to get on the score sheet. Ray Ashton makes it 15 points to 12. About 66 minutes gone. So Town extend the lead only slenderly by 15 points to 12. Wanting to make another substitution. Peter Riley's going to come back on for Alan McMullen, this workhorse of the forward. Listen the ovation he's getting.
Substitution for Workington, number 10, Peter Riley.
So the restart goes right to Armstrong. Buck Armstrong straightens up, pushes one away. So Roskell onto Gary Ainsworth. Ainsworth jinks round one. And then he's tackled by Pusell. Penrice running through the gap. Good play by Paul Penrice. And that's a penalty. I thought it was 6 and 2 threes, but Penrice did well there. I think he worked the referee there. Worked him a flanker, but who cares? So it's a penalty to Town. Gary Smith to kick the touch on his grandstand side, finds a good touch. Onto Ainsworth. Go on, Gary Ainsworth, almost through. Onto Peter Riley, back on a substitute for McMullen, takes it inside the Swinton 22. Mark Roskell feeds Ashton. Onto Armstrong running straight. That looked a high tackle, but referee Mr. Carter said it was round the chest. Roskell back to Ashton. Is it there? No, it just goes wide. Thought they were going to try to get them all in drop goals. It's going to be a tap. About 14 minutes to go plus any injury time. Wilkinson onto Tupier. But he's tackled there. We've got 2 balls on the pitch. Peacham onto Herbert. Good Herbert's well tackled there by Peter Riley. There's now 3 balls on the pitch. Comes on to Pusell, but Pusell's well tackled by Scott and finished off by Rooney and Armstrong. Peacham onto Wilkinson. Onto Tupier. Tries to straighten up, but he's knocked down in the tackle. Making more ground in this drive though, Swinton. Frodsham in possession, looks inside, finds Peacham. Peacham runs through the gap. Just the last tackle though. Will the kick come in this time? Frodsham from McNabb back onto Wilkinson. Wilkinson kicks it deep. Back to Smith. There's no pressure on Smith. Smith brings it outside the 22. Goes to his left. Jinks right. Tackled by Street though. Kerr McNabb back. Loudon jinked the kick. Then tackled. Roskell onto Ashton. Ashton finds Weir onto Scott. Scott tried to burst through there. The tackle coming in there by Tupper and Snape. Penrice from McNabb back, tries to go himself, pushes one away, but just loses the ball. Fusil comes up with it. Snape in possession, trying to run straight, but tackled by Penrice. Peacham onto Street. Street pushes Weir off, but he's tackled by Kerr. Kerr did well there. And Town coming up with it. That's good play by Ken Kerr. Weir onto Peter Riley. Riley made 10 yards though. Gary Ainsworth pushes one off. Good play by Ainsworth, making ground. Roskell onto Ashton, onto Weir. Weir looks for support, finds it in Armstrong. The referee shouted held. Eventually, McLean going himself from McNabb back. Made more ground, it's the last tackle. Will the kick come in this time? Back to Armstrong, will it bounce into touch? No, it runs dead. Didn't see much set up there. Dean Williams, it's nail-biting stuff.
Yeah, we're using the kicking game a lot better, and their kicking game's just gone down the tube, so that's basically what's happened.
It's going to be a vital last 10 or 12 minutes.
Yeah, we've got to keep the pressure on. If we do that, we've got the game.
So it's Swinton in possession. Feacham onto Wilkinson, finds Frodsham. Frodsham, long ball there to Morrison. Morrison jinked back inside, but tackled there well by 3 Town tacklers. Snape from McNabb back, goes himself, looks for support. Snape, good little break there. Frodsham out wide, onto Peters. Peters finds Ranson. Ranson almost through, but again good tackling coming in by the Town defenders, but he managed to offload, but it's in touch. So that was a good recovery by Town. So it's Ray Ashton to feed this scrum, and comes up with it. Ashton onto Loudon, coming up in the line from this left wing position, tackled by Barry Peters. Ashton again onto Scott. Good run by Scott. Onto Colin Armstrong. Armstrong offloads and then finds Ashton. Ashton goes down the middle looking for support, and what a silly pass there. Only goes as far as Chris Wilkinson. And a penalty there for holding down in the tackle. So Swinton into the ascendancy again here. Onto Pusil. Pusil, well tackled there. Well, another penalty there. Trying to rip the ball out. So Wilkinson, kick to touch again. They're getting ever nearer this Town try line. Well, has that gone dead? Well, linesman said not. Onto Herbert. Herbert trying to take it to the posts. Town under pressure here. Feacham onto Street. Street trying to straighten up, but he's held up. Oh, great tackling by Town there. Thought he was over. Run around and inside the Pusil. Who offloads to Herbert, but he's knocked on, and Town come up with possession. Well, Mr. Carter's given knock on and a scrum down. peculiar decision, that, Dean.
Well, it was a double knock on, Howard, so he's just giving us the advantage.
Well, it's a scrum down, 10 yards from the town try line. Ashton comes up with it, looked a bit of offside there, but not given. The town in possession. Gary Ainsworth trying to drive it away. Ken Kerr goes to act half back and tries to go himself. Kerr down the middle, good play. Roskell onto Peter Riley, good run by Riley, that's good ground made by Town. Roskell back to Smith, Smith takes it up, then kicks, it's a good kick, get into touch, but only goes far as Daintith brings it out, but he's eventually tackled. About 7 minutes plus any stoppage time to go. Swinton in possession, trying to drive it away. It's going to be a matter of fitness in this last 7 or 8 minutes. Frodsham brings it wide onto Street. Street pushes one away, but still on his feet. Good run by Street. Street to the 10-yard line of Town. And again, a penalty there for Swinton, again indiscipline by Town. Wilkinson with a bit of urgency, kicks to touch and finds touch from the Town 10-yard line. Wilkinson first there onto Pushill. Pushill tackled by Penrice. Wilkinson onto Herbert, they were queuing up to tackle him there. Preaching from Aknaf back. Onto Wilkinson, onto Frodsham, onto Tupper. Tupper trying to drive it through. Onto Frodsham, onto Peters, run around, miss out Snape and find Morrison. Morrison trying to find Pickavance, but it's a knock on, which goes into touch. So, Swinton are going to make a substitution, bring off Steve Herbert. And bring on Paul Kennett. Worked hard. It's going to be a scrum down. Tim Street goes to prop position. Ashton Fields and come up with it. Ian McLean. McLean almost through. Takes it to halfway though. Ashton first there. Onto Gary Ainsworth again. Right into it, Gary Ainsworth. 5 minutes plus any stoppage time. Ashton. Peter Riley jinks inside, still on his feet Riley. Good run by Peter Riley. Ashton onto Weir. Weir jinks inside, Stephen Weir trying to take them on. Roskell onto Armstrong, Colin Armstrong. So last tackle, what will they try this time? Roskell back to Ashton. Onto Scott, onto Penrice. Penrice has got a chance. Penrice inside. Yes! Paul Penrice is in for a try. Oh, what a great try. First impressions, Dean Williams, you must have enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was poetry in motion, mate. Brilliant try.
Well, that's great play by Town. With about 5 minutes to go, Paul Penrice. And that could be the vital try. That could take Town into the semi-final of the Premiership. I'm sure Stephen Weir won't rush with this. The crowd are going wild down there. They're chanting and cheering. Remember, there were 12 points to 0 down. It's now 17 points to 12. The real crowd really are delighted. Paul Penrice, has he ever scored a more vital try? So Stephen Weir, about 3 yards in from touch, trying to knock over this conversion. Will it sweep it back in? No. So there's about 4 minutes plus any injury time to go.
First round side today, and the match number 10 of Swinton, Andy Pushill.
So the man of the match just announced, the Swinton number 10, Andy Pusil. So it's Chris Wilkinson to restart. So sorry, we made a mistake in all the excitement. It's 19 points. Well, Colin Armstrong did well. First one up there. Excitement's too much. It's 19-12, not 17-12. Gary Ainsworth, he's proved a point. Coming back to his old club, Swinton. Armstrong, they'll want to keep it tight now. Roscoe. Well, that will be back to one. Came off a Swinton hand. Did Mr. Carter see it though? Obviously not. Roscoe onto Peter Riley. Riley tried to straighten up. It's the last tackle now. I'm sure the boot will come into it this time. Give it a bit of leather. Well, goes deep. There's a town man being laid out there. It's Paul Penrice. Wasn't spotted by the Penrice. It wasn't spotted by Mr. Carter. But Swinton still in possession. The game isn't over yet. Snape still in possession and he's pushed back. Town have just got to regroup now. Straight. Tackled by Armstrong, trying to push him into touch. There's some real keenness now in the tackling. Frodsham trying to set this back line. It's on to Morrison. Who feeds Ranson, but good tackling again coming in by the town players. There's about 2 minutes to go. Just any stoppage time. There hasn't been a lot of that, but a forward pass there. Much to the delight and relief of the town fans. Town fans just waiting for the final hooter. But referee's whistled and it's a penalty for offside there against Swinton. So I'm sure they won't be rushing this. Smith to kick to touch. Fine touch, about 10 yards inside the town half. Colin Armstrong takes it tight, all but lays down as he takes that in. Very little time to go. Gary Ainsworth takes that one in as well. Colin Armstrong dummies the pass, then takes the tackle, keeping it tight on the far side. Ashton tries to kick, grubber kick which finds touch, which wastes more valuable seconds. Town have got an injured player, I think it's Mark Roskell. Referee, if we look down here, Alan McMullen wants to come back, he wants to do everything. But referee Mr. Carter wants the game to play on. Town unable to make the substitution. But it's been a great performance in this second half by these Town players. Swinton still trying to take it away though. Straight coming down the middle again. Offloads to Frodsham. Frodsham finds Snape. They've got support here. Jinx back inside Snape, but well tackled. And there goes the hooter. Workington Town are into the semi-final of the Rugby League Premierships with a well-deserved victory by 19 points to 12. We can go through the second half scorers. It was 12-2 at half time. On 45 minutes, Gary Ainsworth more than made up for that little error in the first half to go in and score. Stephen Way knocked over the goal to make it 12 points to 8. Then on 50 minutes, it was 12 points all after a great try by Gary Smith. Stephen Way knocked over the touchline conversion. Then Ray Ashton knocked over a drop goal. And then on 75 minutes, Paul Penrice went in for a vital try to make it 19 points to 12. If we can see the crowd, they're absolutely delighted.